And we are back for another episode of NBA 2K14. And you know the last episode as the Houston Rockets defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder by 4 116 to 112 in the close game right here. And the Rockets skipped the first seed in the Western Conference. So that could be another important for the Western Conference playoff picture in the race. You see right here the LA Clippers, San Antonio Spurs, and Dallas Mavericks are shared three-way tied at 48-29 as the Clippers, Spurs, and Mavericks are three-way tied also 10 games back. And the Los Angeles Lakers are 10.5 game back for getting the chance. So that could be a potential Western Conference playoff preview between those two teams in the first round matchup. And meanwhile, on the division, Pacific Division, the LA Clippers are no game back while the Lakers are 0.5. The winner of this game has a chance to claim for the taking the Pacific Division leading and the loser get a second. And there might be scenario if the Clippers win, keeping the Pacific Division lead, or if the Lakers win today, the chance to taking the Pacific Division lead, the new leader on the line. So that should be interesting. So we're off to Staples Center in LA. We got the two upper battle of LA, the Pacific Division title on the race on the line, featuring Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, and Steve Nash of the Los Angeles Lakers take on Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan of the Los Angeles Clippers. That will be a good one here tonight. So for this game, the Lakers gonna use the purple, the Clippers gonna use the white. So here we are, going sending Kevin Harlan here at the Staples Center in LA. Battle of LA for final matchup that could be the potential Western Conference first round pay-per-view. So we're going sending Kevin Harlan here in downtown LA. Anyways, let's get started. Enjoy. Now, here you go. Let's go.
Thanks for tuning into the NBA here on 2K Sports. The NBA regular season draws nearer to a close. It's the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. The NBA on 2K Sports.
Live from Los Angeles, we proudly bring you the Clippers at the Staples Center. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And guys, check out Blake Griffin. What can we expect here?
Well, everybody knows around the league that if you get in Blake Griffin's way when he has a head of steam going, you're going to end up on his poster at some point. So since coming into the league, I think he's become as intimidating a player as we've seen.
I agree. It's just not posterizing people either, Steve, although he does a bunch of that. When he gets a steal and has a free lane to the basket on a breakaway, there's a good chance the crowd's going to see a mini dunk contest from Blake.
And just a single game trip away from Los Angeles for the Lakers. 10 games back from the top spot. They're still jockeying for position.
I guarantee you the adrenaline is already flowing for both sides. I mean, this means a little bit more to these players than just any game.
And, Steve, it means more to the fans, too. We've got an electric atmosphere in here, just like it always is when these two teams get together.
Now, here is Young. Young off a pick from Kaman. Kobe, that's for two. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
And he's on the board early.
The first to strike there. Nice hoop.
The Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to Dallas.
Yeah, they really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game, guys. In terms of their offense, nothing seemed to go right.
And once they started spiraling downward, there was no getting out of it, Steve. Their scoring just went dry.
Well, it's interesting in hindsight to look at how the Lamar Odom trade has worked out for the Lakers. At the time, it was heavily criticized, and even last season, Kobe suggested they would have gone further with him in the 2012 playoffs. But Odom hasn't been quite the same in stops in Dallas and with the LA Clippers. So remember, the Lakers were able to use that trade exception to acquire Steve Nash. So, maybe it worked out okay in the long run.
And here is Paul, following Steve Nash's three. Griffin goes in. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He powered power surge that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Oh, no question. And he loves to attack the rim, doesn't he?
Backing down is Bryant. Fader on the way. And again, it's the Lakers. And back to the Lakers, you look through their history, and so often, Clark, they've come out on the right side of their trades. And even that Lamar Odom deal at the time looked terrible, but they've come out of it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and much the same can be said with the Bynum-Howard trade. I mean, Bynum's knees caused him to miss all of last season, and yet the Lakers had an all-star center in Howard. So this team has had its share of adversity, no question about that. But you got to give the Lakers some credit. They usually tend to land on their feet. 5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss. The way they're knocking these shots down, boy, everything's pure.
Barnes passes to Paul, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. Paul's got 5 now.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
I don't think there's any question that Chris Paul is one of the top point guards in the league. Whether or not he's the top point guard is a matter of debate. But when you look at his total package, you can clearly understand why he's considered by some to be the top point guard in the league. Leadership, excellence in every facet of the game, and defensively, I think he does an outstanding job at the point of attack.
It's Crawford with the drive, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
The soft finger roll is just one of the many finishing moves he has in his bag of shot making.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Myron Mullins is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Odom comes in for Blake Griffin. Jared Dudley's checked in for Matt Barnes. And it's Collison in for Chris Paul. And going back to Chris Paul, always efficient offensive. Great passer, great defender as well.
But his height, that's always been the knock on him. I mean, he's, I think, barely 6 feet tall, but he can still dominate a game. It's incredible.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Mike D'Antoni had a few minutes for me. Relying on their outside marksmanship is one thing he's comfortable with in this matchup. He said that his team can go toe-to-toe with anyone in the league when it comes to shooting from distance, and that he won't pull the reins back on his shooters at all tonight, guys. We'll see how they go.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
I definitely can appreciate their approach with the 3-ball.
5 on the clock. The shot by Collison nails the wide-open jump shot. Collison's got his first points in this one.
He's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Johnson kicks to Hill, and that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession.
Let's check out how the Lakers stacked up, Kevin, over the last month in the NBA statistics. 2nd in field goal percentage, 4th in three-point field goal percentage, and they are in the top 10 in team points per game.
Now let's talk about the shooting for a second, Clark, because you look at that number, that's impressive. And that's a direct result of having a game plan every night, being well coached, disciplined, and really working hard and being unselfish in order to get good shots.
Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to Dallas. Collison dishes to Odom. Up and in on the layup.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
And that one's good. Clippers trail by 6. 41 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Hill. That is his first foul of the game. Deshaun Stevenson, he's checked in for Steve Blake. Here's Redick. 11 points for him in that last game against Dallas. That one goes. Count it.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
And counts the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Let's see how long they can keep it going. This is quite a start.
Lakers shooting their first foul shot of the game.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. I mean, you look at the numbers, impressive.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results. I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
And that one's good by Stevenson.
And I like that move to the hoop. You use your speed, go around the bigger defender.
The Clippers trail. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
And I think the sort of issues they had on defense, in part at least, was a bigger factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was on the road. You have to be sharper when you go out and play as a visitor.
Yeah, everything has to be tight. You can't be loose in any aspect of your game. Fighting against the crowd and the opponent, you've got to be tougher mentally and physically if you're going to win on the road.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Lakers lead by 8. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
Coming up this Friday, April 11th, Paul George and the Indiana Pacers take on LeBron James and the Miami Heat. Don't miss out.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. In a moment here, take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Now, they didn't waste any time getting into the groove out there. They're dialed in from long range.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnover.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Lakers 5 right now. Farmar is out there with Stevenson. Then there's Antoine Jameson. Then there's Chris Kaman. And it's Young in at the small forward position. And they double up Paul. Griffin kicks to Redick. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
Well, it was kind of an up and down last few months for J.J. Redick. Traded away by his team of almost 7 years in Orlando. Ended up making a pit stop in Milwaukee before bouncing back to the open market. And there was certainly demand for his services. Every team in the league can use a laser shooter.
Pau Gasol's checked in for Los Angeles. Bullock, good.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to fight over the top of that.
Here's Gasol. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And another solid year for Redick last season with two different teams.
Great shooter coming out of Duke, and you really have to respect how hard he's worked to round out his game. He's become more than just a spot-up shooter. He's a team defender. He can move without the ball, but he can put the ball on the floor and get to the rim and finish. I think he's become an excellent guard in this league.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
But, you know, they've got a nice lead. Don't take any chances. The simple one-hander is just fine.
Gets it to go.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open looks.
Outside, Kobe. Back to Young. Fires the 3. Gets the bucket. Young's got 8.
And this is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Well, from long range, we've got a set of point guards here that have been extremely hot. Those are their three-point percentages for the last 10 games. Second, Steve Nash.
Well, if there are no other options available, any of these guys can just step back and shoot the 3. A great backup plan for any point guard to have.
Yeah, I'd love to see a three-point shooting contest just amongst the point guards so we could watch these guys do work. I mean, I don't know which one of them I'd choose, but they're all pretty good.
Well, you know, one of the toughest commodities to find in this league, Kevin, is a great point guard, not only on the floor, but off the floor. Chris Paul is a model leader. He's a guy who is probably as talented as any point guard in the league, but his leadership qualities, I think, put him over the top.
You know, it isn't just the inspiration off the court or making big-time baskets. I mean, the way he passes is infectious to his team. I mean, it's contagious, and it usually ends up permeating the whole team. Same goes for his defense. I mean, he'll come up with that big steal and can completely change the momentum with the kind of plays he can make at both ends of the floor.
And is out of bounds for the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Gets it to go.
He's so reliable. You know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
Kobe, the pass to Gasol. Griffin with the steal. And it's sent back by Kaman. Kobe with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. And stolen by Jordan. All up top. He's got 10. Crawford kicks to Griffin. The fadeaway. And again, the Clippers good for 2. There's 1:54 left in the first half of basketball.
Griffin is doing amazing things on the court and off the court. I mean, his charisma and sense of humor really have made him one of the more marketable players in the entire league.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Byron Mullins is checked in for Griffin. Dudley comes in for Matt Barnes. And it's Collison in for Chris Paul. Crawford with the steal. All alone. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fence. Fast break.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
1:16 left now here in the second. Clock at 6. And Young kicks to Kobe. It's good from long range. Kobe's got 5 points now in the quarter. Going back to Griffin, he spent a summer interning with an LA-based comedy website I'm reading here. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he has a love for comedy, and, you know, playing in LA, that's a great opportunity for him to work in the entertainment side of things. And, of course, he does have a real job with the Clippers. He's got to focus there.
He does. You know, but those commercials he's in are fun.
They are good.
Yeah, they're good. The Lakers making a switch here. Odom's checked in.
Jamal Crawford has always been a steady scorer, an explosive scorer, really, and he's been something of a journeyman, too. Over the course of his 13 seasons in the league, he's played for 6 teams, and get this, 16 different head coaches. Wow.
Collison, good. Here's Blake. 36 seconds left in the second quarter. And Meeks kicks to Johnson. And another basket for the Lakers and for Crawford. 16 different head coaches. Steve, that's incredible. Do you think that lack of continuity can hold a player back? Chip away at his game?
Well, it doesn't help, that's for sure. I mean, Crawford is has been productive, but it does make you think, what if he had been lucky enough to go to an organization with great stability, maybe to San Antonio with Greg Popovich, but hey, you just got to play the hand that you're dealt, Kev.
Hill, defended by Mullins, gets it to go, and the Lakers lead by 1. There's 10 seconds left in the first half of the game. Dudley's shot is good. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
And the first half ends in a close one. Lakers ahead. They're up by 2. Folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome to the 2K Sports Studios. Such great rivalry going on tonight. Let's check out how the first half has gone. The Lakers have been battling. They've dialed in from long range an incredible shooting performance from outside. Kobe just having his way against Los Angeles. He's got a dozen points, and as usual, he's been handing out a lot of assists. It's also been a strong start for the Clippers. Great activity defensively. They're taking measured risks, trying to force turnovers, putting a lot of pressure on that end of the floor. We've seen Jamal Crawford having a superb game. We all know he can deliver huge performances, and he could be on his way to another. And now we'll look at games that won't be tipping off until later. The Oklahoma City Thunder will go up against the Suns out in Phoenix. You have to be excited for rivalry games. It's always fun to watch these two meet. Game gets going at 6 p.m. Eastern. And another game that's coming up, out in Sacramento, it'll be the Kings against the Mavericks. And a look here at the other NBA action. The Jazz will square off against the Warriors out in Oakland. Game gets going at 6 p.m. Eastern. And that'll be all for now. Thanks so much for joining us. The third quarter, just about to get underway.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Well, how about Kobe in this one? He has 12 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
CP3 and Jamal Crawford make the back. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan, and it's Barnes with the three. That's the five to begin the second half for Doc Rivers.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 16 points for Kobe Bryant.
And of all the things about him that you like offensively, it's his composure that jumps out at me. The way he never gets rattled. The defense can get in him. He doesn't care. He just continues to do his thing.
And Steve, even more than that, this is what I think of when I think of him. Late in the fourth quarter, time winding down. They've got one shot to win the game. He's your man. He's the guy I'm looking for to make it happen.
He had a nice open look right there. Young's got 11.
Up and in on every one of their first three shots to start the second half.
Last year, Kobe Bryant became the youngest player ever to get to 30,000 points in an NBA career. What an accomplishment. It just goes to show what a special talent he has been ever since he arrived in this league. I love when he takes the ball inside. That's when he seems to really get on a roll.
And there before you are the teams that have been absolutely red hot for the last 10 games. The fourth spot held by the Lakers.
Now, the thing I like is they're getting good shots every time down the floor, and it's due to their unselfishness as a team.
And, Steve, you talk about Kobe with 30,000 points. He's one of 5 players, certainly in NBA history, to score that many in a career. And, Clark, when you think about Kobe in the landscape of the NBA, all the great players have had, truly amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And part of me wants to think that if he really wanted the all-time scoring crown, he might be able to get there, but for him, as he said, it's all about rings and playing at the highest level.
And Gasol gets it to go.
And still perfect here in the second half. 4 for 4 from the field.
The chance here to see where the Clippers sit in the NBA statistically right now. Second in steals, 6th in assists. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
No, they just play hard, Clark. They play hard every single night, and that's really shown in those steals totals that you talked about. They really attack the offense. They try to make every possession a difficult one. And when they're on their game, they're forcing turnovers, creating havoc, and then getting out in transition.
Now here's Kobe, defended by Redick. And Young kicks it over to Nash. This one for 3. And Kobe Bryant hits from deep. Kobe's got 19 points.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Paul dishes to Redick. Kicks to Barnes. It's up a 3. That's good.
Good ball movement. You put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Inside to Gasol. Griffin with the steal. The drive by Jordan. Oh, goes up high for... Two-handed dunk. Savage. That's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
And Young backs in. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Barnes. The drive by Paul. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the third. Took him no time at all on that one. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Look out, guys. I mean, I think there's a lot more where that came from. When he gets it going like this, it is not easy to slow him down.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. Now we get a chance to check out the seeding out west. 4 games left on the schedule here. You look at the Clippers. Right now they're locked into third place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And of course, there's Los Angeles, 3 spots below.
Seeing where the Clippers are, they've continued their breakout season. I mean, they've showed tremendous promise thus far, and I'm looking for big things from this team.
Yeah, Clark, as the postseason approaches, there's plenty of optimism, but as you know, the playoffs are a whole different animal. We'll see if they can continue that momentum.
Kobe Bryant now at 35 years of age, and you know what impresses me is the way he's adapted his game and remained so effective, even as he's lost a little in the way of explosiveness. He can now beat you on the ground as much as he used to be able to beat you in the air. He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And Redick kicks to Jordan.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Nash, the pass to Young. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Nash has got 3 assists in the game. Clark, you mentioned Kobe's changes offensive. Plays a lot more, Steve, I think, with his back to the basket.
Well, he's always had great footwork, but he's taken it to the next level. He's so elusive with those pump fakes and the spins. Even with the hand in his face, he's... one of the best in the league when it comes to knocking down contested jumpers.
Lakers leading by 4. Defended by Redick. They double-team Kobe, Young, and the Lakers check on 2 more.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Paul kicks to Redick. Feeds to Griffin. To the paint. Here's Paul. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Paul's got 18 points.
Good defense, but gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
From deep 3-point range. Oh!
Wow!
Oh, free points right there at the end of the quarter.
Only about 1 in 50 of those go down, but that's why you chuck them up there. You want to give yourself a chance.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Lakers lead by 1. We'll be
Thursday, April 10th, the Denver Nuggets go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Big-time hoops coming your way.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes and cashing in.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Antoine Jamison out there with Hill. And it's Steve Blake. And there's Farmer. And it's Johnson in at the 3. Paul dishes to Griffin. No good. Nice D from Blake.
After fighting back into it, they had a chance to tie this thing up.
Steve, I love it. They are not going away. They've brought it close right now.
Farmar with the bucket.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
That is good.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark. Right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Outside for Jamison. Blake from past the arc. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
You know, offensively, he's just one of those guys that needs a touch of space to get his shot up. That's all. And if he runs his man off a screen or somehow finds an opening, that's it. He's going to let that thing go.
And I also want to point out how good he is at positioning himself defensively near the bucket. He knows how to draw a charge.
Here's Farmar, defended by Paul. Blake kicks to Johnson. And counting. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
This has really become an intense ballgame ever since halftime.
Boy, the effort from both teams here, Steve, is terrific.
The Lakers making a switch here. Chris Kaman's checked in for Hill. Saul comes in for Antoine Jamison. Kobe's checked in for Steve Blake. And it's Nash in for Jordan Farmar.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it. Now that was pretty. That was just a nice... looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. Great awareness and terrific finish.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Clippers trail by 3. Headed with it, picked up by Kobe. Shoots it up. Another one falls to the Clippers.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. This shooting has been off the charts.
Gasol drives in, and that one's good.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
Ball against Nash. Here's Barnes. Gasol with the block. Here's Nash. Soft touch off the glass. Now it's a 5-point Laker lead.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Nick Young's checked in for Los Angeles. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter. Paul goes in. That's good. Paul's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You could see that there.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
Now the pass to Barnes. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And 11 points for Barnes.
His shooting has been so good today, he may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole. Well, as long as the threes keep dropping for him, he'll continue firing away.
And they are dropping for him. What a game he's having from deep.
Crawford's shot is good. Lakers leading by 4. Ryan in the post, guarded by Crawford. Turnaround Jay, and that one's good by Kobe. Kobe's got 25 points in the game.
Such a difficult shot to defend, that turnaround.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
What a sweet assist by CP. Three.
And here are the Lakers. They've led by as much as 10. Kobe attacking. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And the Lakers lead by 6. LA's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Barnes passes to Paul. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Paul's been great. He has 23 points and 11 dimes. The assists have been coming for him, along with putting some numbers up from the foul line, too.
A very unselfish play from him. He's been really a tremendous factor in this game.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 5. And so Paul nails both of them.
He was very composed on that trip to the stripe. And he's close to being a one-possession game now.
And an intentional foul right there. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lakers working the ball around now. Nash kicks to Kobe. Back to Nash. Nick Young on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Nash.
An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started coasting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through.
26 seconds left in the fourth. Paul kicks to Griffin. The dish to Crawford. And there's the feed to Barnes. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. .17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rejected by Stevenson. And he recovers it. Outside Collison. He passes to Doug. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Some changes for the Lakers. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Kobe. And so Los Angeles takes the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.
So what a close game here as the Lakers beat the Clippers by 107 to 100. And a close victory here as you see Chris Paul got 25 points, 11 assists. Kobe Bryant got 27 points, 11 assists. And Nick Young got 24 points. Now to check out the division right now as the Lakers are now taking the lead in the Pacific Division title. And to check out the playoff picture and the playoff standings in the Western Conference. And now we know that we know the chance as the Lakers taking the position for the division title as they taking the lead in division as a three-way tie with the Spurs and the Mavericks for now. Yep, it's good. It's good.
They posted this picture, so it most definitely helped with them. Well, the tail and the right hand look pretty definitive too, but
so now the Lakers are taking position for the Pacific Division leading. They take down the LA Clippers and now for the 6th seed. So the Mavericks Spurs fighting for the chance to keeping for the tiebreaker.
So at least that's my slightly educated guess. I'm gonna guess it's either 6-inch or 3.75 because that's what Moss 5 does. If it is 112, it's gotta be cheaper than the 1,000 toys, which is a beautiful action figure, but the price
to get a tiebreaker. That should be another pay-per-view for Western Conference first round between those two teams. Dallas and San Antonio trying to get in the playoff hunt. So
this will be the last you hear of it.
So down to the wire with 5 games remaining for the Lakers try again on hunt for the playoffs. Check out the 5 games in chance to clinch for division, the chance to win against the Rockets, Warriors, Grizzlies, Jazz, and the Spurs try to get into the last playoff spot. So the Lakers are now taking the lead in the Pacific Division title as they win over the Clippers by 107 to 100. The next game later on tonight here at downtown Miami, Florida, in American Airlines Arena. It is going to be another superstar matchup. Carmelo Anthony and J.R. Smith of the New York Knicks take on LeBron James and Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat. That will be another one here in American Airlines Arena. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the Lakers now in the lead in the Pacific Division as they take down the Los Angeles Clippers 107-100 by 7. That's what Andre Kenshin says from Staples Center in LA. We'll see you later for the second game here in American Airlines Arena for the New York Knicks and the Miami Heat. It's time to say sign up and peace out. Goodbye and reminder, we'll see you later for the second game matchup featuring the New York Knicks and the Miami Heat. Sign up and peace out. Goodbye, and the Heat when they use the white hot jersey will be later on tonight. And it's time to say see you later and goodbye. Have a wonderful day.
The talking point is the Turtles. If you